And we're waking up to the best possible news. A brilliant start for India on day 12 of the Tokyo Olympics. Javelin thrower Neeraj Chopra has qualified for the men's javelin throw final in his first attempt itself. He went past the qualification mark of 83.50 meters easily. Chopra registered a throw of 86.65 meters. Boria Majumdar is joining us live from Tokyo with more on this. Boria, good morning. No better news that we could expect this morning. A lot of hopes pinned on Neeraj Chopra, and boy has he delivered.
Well, absolutely he has. I mean, terrific attempt, Akshita. In fact, you should do this bulletin with me every day. You know, you must make this a habit for the next 5 days. Get me on your show first thing. Neeraj comes. How many times have you seen this? I haven't. In my 25-30 years of covering international sport, I haven't seen an Indian athlete, a track athlete, come to the stadium. And he comes like royalty. He comes like royalty, takes his throw, and within 2 minutes, something you must not have seen on television, he picks up his bag, he walks out because he's made the final. 86.6. And that's a terrific throw. He's, by the way, ranked #1 in the first qualification round. Now the Series B will start. And Johannes Vetter, you know, the German who's tipped to win gold, Johannes Vetter had 2 throws of 82. Johannes Vetter had 2 throws, and the third throw he got 85.5, made the final, but he was under pressure. Comparatively, Neeraj Chopra comes in 86.6, bye-bye to the Indian contingent there, who were cheering from him, including Adil Sumariwala, the president of AFI, and walks out of the stadium. So book your date with history for Neeraj Chopra on 7th August at 4:30 p.m. India time, which is 8 p.m. Tokyo. I will be there. And from what I've seen today, if he gets an 88 plus, which he is very well capable of, there's no reason to believe that he might not, he will be in the podium. If he does get onto the podium, it will be the first ever athletics medal in the history of Indian sport. Fingers crossed for Neeraj Chopra.
He's pitted as a favourite. It definitely looks like we're on the course towards that historic moment as well. Boria, we've had a great start to the day. Let's hope that through the day also such good news continues to trickle in, because it's a very important day for India. Stay on with us, Boria. I just want to tell our viewers why we're calling this a Super Wednesday at the 2020 Olympics. All eyes will be on Nari Shakti at Tokyo. That's been really on display throughout the tournament so far. At 11 this morning, Lavlina Borgohain, who's already assured of a medal, will take on reigning world champion Buzana Surmaneli for a place in the final of the women's welterweight category. Back in her native place, Assam, a special prayer was conducted in the presence of State Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma. Not only that, the State Assembly will adjourn proceedings of its ongoing budget session for 30 minutes so they can watch Lavlina's match live. That's the kind of atmosphere in Assam. This huge buzz. Everyone's praying that Lavlina comes home with gold. At 3:30 this afternoon, India's women hockey team will aim for more glory when they take on the mighty Argentina in the semi-finals. So 2 big bouts, 2 big matches today, and everyone's talking about women power. Boria is still with us. So Boria, 2 big clashes that we're going to be watching out for. At 11 o'clock, you've got Lavlina. At 3:30, the women's hockey team. Both have huge challenges ahead in their match today.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, Buzana Surmaneli of Turkey is world #1, 2019 World Championship winner. Lavlina has a task cut out. But you're vying for Olympic gold. I mean, Olympic gold medals do not come easy. You've got to surmount the greatest obstacles that come your way. I watched Buzana Surmaneli very closely in her bout against the Ukrainian boxer. She's got a lot of style. She will jump like a frog, come and try to upset you, will do her antics. All Lavlina Borgohain needs to do is get in, hit, come out, hit, come out. I mean, if she is as fast as we have seen her do against the Chinese Taipei boxer in the quarterfinal, there's no reason to believe why she will not go one step more. Buzana Surmaneli was good, but I do not think she was unbeatable. So I'm actually pinning my hopes on Lavlina, because Lavlina is in top physical shape. All she needs to do is keep her head, be strategic, play a tactical bout and come out. Women's hockey, Rani Rampal, Savita Punia, every prayer, every thought with you obviously will be in the stadium cheering for our girls. But what a campaign. And now they have nothing to lose. When people turn fearless, Akshita, when there is no fear, anything can happen. And that's what the story is with our girls. And more importantly, they played Argentina many more times than any other team in the recent past, because they toured Argentina. So both teams know each other very well. No reason again to believe that these girls can't. So fingers crossed, massive, massive day, lots at stake for India.
Absolutely. And I want to focus on one match at a time. So, Boria, stay with me. First, I want to focus on Lovlina's bout at 11 this morning. Few hours to go. All of India will be waiting and watching with bated breath because Lovlina Borgohain enters the ring for her semi-final bout. She's assured of a bronze at least. The 23-year-old will be facing a huge challenge in Turkey's Buzena Surmaneli for a place in the final of the women's welterweight category. Surmaneli is the current world champion in the 69-kilo category. The Turkish boxer has been in sensational form, winning both her previous bouts with a commanding 5-0 score. She stormed through her draw at the Tokyo 2020 and Lovlina will have to be at her absolute best to beat her. Lovlina has, however, already shown remarkable composure on her Olympic debut. She was also the underdog against the 2018 world champion Chen Yanchen in the quarters, but still defeated the Chinese Taipei pugilist with an easy 4-1 victory. All of India will be hoping Lovlina can pull off a similar performance against her opponent. Boria, there's no doubt that in this particular case, Lovlina is the underdog, but she was in the previous match as well, and she pulled that off. There is still a chance here that she can do this. It's a very, very tough match. There's no doubt that her opponent is the best in the world, but Lovlina does have what it takes.
This is the Olympics of the underdog. I mean, look at it. You've got Kento Momota losing, Novak Djokovic losing, Ashley Barty losing, Simone Biles losing. Though Simone Biles got a bronze yesterday, came back, tremendous resilience and mental strength. But this is the Olympics of the underdog. So why not Lovlina Borgohain gets added to that list of illustrious Olympic gold medal, silver medal winners? As I said to you, Buzena Surmaneli will come with all her antics. She's a lot of show. She is show because she knows she's the best in the world. All you need to do is don't get flustered. Keep your head. You know you've won a medal. Be fearless, get in, come out. Play a strategically tactical bout. Rafael, the Indian high performance director for women, I'm sure will be talking to her, as will be her coach, Ali Kamar, and the rest of the coaching staff. Lovlina just needs to be Lovlina Borgohain the way she was in the quarterfinal. And the Indian contingent there will be raucous. All of us will be there. The entire, contingent, whether it's the chef de mission and the officials, whether it's the media, everybody will be there cheering for Lovlina. So make no mistake, we do have a chance.
We're all keeping our fingers crossed. Billion prayers, billion wishes. We just want Lovlina to give it her all. And if that translates to us, going into the finals, great. We couldn't ask for more. The other focus today is going to be on the women's hockey team. None of us can forget how they've qualified for the semi-finals of the Olympics. They scripted history with a stunning 1-0 victory over favourites Australia. Rani Rampal's side now face a very different challenge in the form of the Argentinians who they'll be playing for a place in the final today. Here's why the entire country will be glued to their television sets when the Indian Eves take the field.
India, a country where cricket takes centre stage over all other sports. And yet, it is hockey that's the talk of the town right now. With the men's team losing their semi-final clash against Belgium, all eyes are now on the women's hockey team. And why not? The Indian women have pulled off one of their most memorable victories ever in Olympics history. Remember Chak De India? In the movie, Indian Eves triumph over the Aussies against all odds. And that is exactly what happened in the quarterfinals of the Olympics. Gurjeet Kaur's solitary goal was enough as India caused the biggest upset in the tournament, beating pool toppers and three-time Olympic champions Australia. A special victory for the nation. Australia had conceded just one goal in the tournament before this game. But the Indians held on to their nerves and did not allow them to dominate. India managed to keep the Hockeyroos at bay all through the match, highlighted by the fact that they kept out 9 penalty corners from the world number 2 side. It was India's goalkeeper Savita Punia who produced saves time and again to deny the Australians. India showed a great mix of aggression and strategy throughout the game. They thwarted Australian attacks skillfully, especially in the last quarter, when Emily Chalker's side desperately looked for an equalizer. But the job is only half done. India need another victory in the semis to confirm a medal. And they'll now take on Argentina, who knocked Germany out in the first quarter-final. While Australia were the bigger fish, India can't afford to take the Argentinians lightly. They are tricky opponents, and after their poor show at the Rio Games like India, they too will be vying for glory. A tough battle awaits the Indian Eves in the last four, but let's hope the Indian women can come through to reach their maiden Olympic final. Sports Bureau, India Today.
So that match is at 3:30 this afternoon, and rest assured we here at India Today will have our eyes glued to the screen and get you the latest updates with Boria also from Tokyo. Boria, realistically, what are the chances India has against Argentina? You were talking about how India, the women's hockey team, has great experience also fighting Argentina, but what really is their track record like?
It's not great. Having said that, I mean, if you beat Australia, all you get is a kind of fearlessness that you can do anything, because you've never beaten Australia. And Australia in an Olympic quarterfinal is like winning gold. So, all you have to do is, and also they got 2 days. So they've calmed down. They will now be in the moment, go out and express themselves. So if you ask me a realistic proposition, 40%. But 40% is good enough. As I said, Tokyo is the night of the underdog. Yesterday, the men were, equal to Belgium till the first 3 quarters. In the 4th quarter, that green card of Manpreet turned everything, and thereafter they lost. But that's okay. Now they will face Germany, and they have every reason to believe they can get that bronze. Women today, Argentina will be physical, Akshita, very physical. Push the Indian Eves. All we need to do is soak in that early pressure, and then Savita Punia will have to be at her best. Rani Rampal will have to be the leader that we know Rani Rampal can be. This is the match for Rani Rampal. From coming out to trying to build a pakka house and have 2 square meals a day for her parents, this is the Rani Rampal. Imagine if she actually makes it to the final. She will probably be the queen of Indian hockey for God knows how many number of years. I mean, for decades till she lives. So this is the moment for Rani Rampal and the girls. Seize it, soak it in, enjoy the moment, and go out and give your best.
That's all we ask for. Boria, I just also want to play out this conversation that you had with Om Mundra, an Indian fan who's been to countless sporting events across the world. He's there in Tokyo also for 2 months for the Olympics and also for the Paralympics. And he hasn't come empty-handed. He's brought with him a lot of Indian food also. So we'll be getting you that conversation also in just a bit that Boria had with this fan on, how he's travelled across the world to ensure that our Indian contingent gets the necessary support. Here in India, of course, we're all glued to our TV screens, tracking every single event that our Indian contingent is a part of. But here's that conversation.
It's 5-2 and I've not had anything. Trust me, I've not had a morsel since morning. And that is why I'm actually licking my lips. You know why? Shiva, come here. There is this amazing gentleman, Om Mundra. Omji, I will talk to you in a bit. But before that, Omji has laid out this spread for me, which starts with lijjat papad. There is chawal, there is chickpeas, there's chola, there is pav bhaji, there's jeera rice, there's dal makhani, there's roasted wheat thins from khakra from India. These are the khakras. There's son rolls, there's matri, soya sticks, haldiram chana garam, sev murmuda. I can keep going on and on and on. Now, here's what I'm going to have. I'm starting out with this because I'm going to have an Indian meal today. आपके पास और है ना? Thursday को दोबारा खिलाना है, वो है ना?
दोबारा नहीं, मैं 4 बार भी खिला सकता हूँ, क्योंकि मैं यहाँ 2 महीने के लिए आया हूँ, ओलंपिक और पैरा ओलंपिक के लिए.
अभी रुक जाइए. Now this man is a legend. You know what he just said? He is here for the last month and he's going to be here till the middle of September, right up to the Paralympic Games. So for 2 months, he's brought bagfuls of stuff. Let me give you his credentials. He's 71 years old, Om Mundra. I know him for 20 years because if you see my broadcast on India Today, inevitably behind Lords, Om Mundra, Oval, Om Mundra, Rio, Om Mundra, Tokyo, Om Mundra, he has covered, this is his 6th Olympic Games, 13 Cricket World Cups and 6 FIFA World Cups. आप कैसे करते हैं ये तो बताइए.
जुनून है साहब, पागलपन बोलिए या जो बोलिए, क्योंकि कॉलेज से मैं स्पोर्ट्स का लवर हूँ. 1982 में जब एशियन गेम देखा तब समझ में आया कि इंटरनेशनल गेम और डोमेस्टिक गेम में क्या फ़र्क है. और 1982 के बाद से जो मजमा चला है, और भगवान की कृपा से, पूरे मेरे परिवार के सहयोग से और आप लोग के सब सहयोग से मैं सब जगह जा रहा हूँ। और मुझे उम्मीद है कि 2024 फ्रांस में जो ओपनिंग है, ओलंपिक है, वो ही नहीं, मैं 2028 में यूएसए में भी रहूँगा।
फाइनली मैं दोबारा आपको दिखाना चाहता हूँ, आ जाओ यार। नाउ यू सीन आई हैव हैड माय लंच, so he's also got royal khajur, whatever, some after food, the mouth freshener. What a legend this man is, man. So I've got my papad, I've got my jeera rice, I've got my pav bhaji, I've got my dal. India may have gotten roasted against Belgium. My tummy has gotten to be roasted today. Rahul is giving me dirty looks from there. Boria, finish it. So it's time I finish it with a hug to Mundra. Thank you very, very much for watching.
I'm slipping into a short break here on First Up. Coming up on the other side, more sports news because it's time for India's big test. India's hero PV Sindhu, after winning bronze at Tokyo, is back in India. We're cutting across to a live conversation with her.
5 साल हमने बहुत मेहनत किया और सिर्फ मैंने ही नहीं, but like everybody, when it comes to family members या support staff या sponsors, सब लोग मुझे बहुत support किया. मैं बहुत खुश हूँ.
इस बार एक्सपेक्टेशंस और प्रेशर ज़्यादा था?
एक्सपेक्टेशंस तो है. जब 2016 में बस एक सिंधु जैसी मैं ओलंपिक्स में गई थी, बट 2021 टोक्यो में एक साल पोस्टपोन भी हुआ ओलंपिक्स. उसके बाद एक्सपेक्टेशंस, रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ बहुत ज़्यादा है, बट प्रेशर भी रहता है क्योंकि बहुत लोग वही बोल रहे थे कि वापस मेडल लेके आना है, हमको वो मेडल चाहिए. बट मतलब आई टेक इट इन अ वेरी पॉजिटिव वे क्योंकि एट द एंड ऑफ द डे आई एम श्योर सबको एक मेडल चाहिए कंट्री के लिए, और एवरीबडी वांट्स दैट कि येस वी वांट मेडल्स एंड वी विल वांट टू सपोर्ट. तो इसीलिए बस कितना भी प्रेशर है, कितना भी रिस्पॉन्सिबिलिटीज़ है, बस मैं कोर्ट में जाने के बाद बस यही सोचती हूँ कि मैं 100% देना है.
गोपी सर से कोई कॉन्ग्रेचुलेशन मैसेज आया, कोई बात हुई?
हाँ, कंग्रेचुलेशंस करके मैसेज किया था, तो मैंने ऑब्वियसली थैंक्स करके रिप्लाई किया था. सो या.
साइना से?
वेल नो.
There was no message?
Well, yeah, we generally don't talk much. So, social media पे I've had a lot of messages. So, बस I'm still replying it slowly क्योंकि मैं भी busy थी और traveling भी था. तो I will definitely reply each one of them personally.
Eye on 2024 Paris?
Definitely yes, क्योंकि 2024 में ज़रूर खेलूँगी. So I just right now, so I just want to enjoy the moment, cherish the moment, and then get back to training.
Just one wish for the hockey women's team who's playing today, the semi-final.
Yes, I wish all the very best, and क्योंकि बहुत लोग खेल रहे हैं अभी आज से, तो आई विश एवरी एथलीट एंड आवर इंडियंस हुएवर आर प्लेइंग एंड डूइंग वेल, विश देम ऑल द वेरी बेस्ट.
थैंक यू हमसे बात करने के लिए. तो ये थी सेंसेशनल सिंधु. कैमरा पर्सन रविकांत के साथ शाज़िया अब्बास, दिल्ली आज तक.